Hey, I think I've been using YouTube Shorts as a cop-out, and honestly, using the cats too much. But I have a confession. I was super happy because I saw 6 more subs, so welcome. Glad to have you. Feel free to comment. Tell me I'm an idiot. I don't really care. Just glad you're here. So, yeah, I have a confession. And what it is, it's so sad. It's such a sad realization, really. What I've realized is that I have trouble making full videos because for some stupid reason, I have this thing inside my head that, oh, well, if you want to be a mental health advocate online, you have to do it perfectly. You have to do it the right way. You have to do A, B, and C. You can't mess up. You can't, just all this stupid shit in my head has just been freaking tormenting me. And so I decided to sit down and just vent. I feel like I've got the ick, right? And if anyone knows anything about fish, if one fish has the ick, it can spread it to all the fish in the tank. And that's the best analogy I have for how I've been feeling lately. About my mental health. Like, it has not been great. And I've been embarrassed of myself, and I've been dejected from everybody. And there's a lot going on in my head and in my personal life that I don't really know how to handle. Like, at all. So, fun. So yeah, it's just this idea of perfection. This idea of, I haven't been posting on Instagram. I haven't been posting on my Facebook. I haven't been posting on Twitter. I haven't been posting only because I'm super embarrassed. I'm not happy with my art. I haven't been able to paint. I haven't been able to do much. The only thing I really have been able to do is play Animal Crossing. That I do religiously because that's the only way I can spend time with my best friend because she lives in Pennsylvania and I live in Colorado. So, that's, well, my sister lives here too, but she's got a baby and, it's a whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. And recently it feels like my brothers don't want to see me, and I know that's not true. I know it's not true. It's just my head is not in a good place. I feel abandoned. I feel left out. I feel lonely. I don't have car insurance right now, so I'm stuck. So that's just where I'm at. And I keep putting this thing on in my head, like you have to have your eyebrows and the eyelashes and look good and look perfect and pick the shirt and pick your whatever you're wearing, and you have to angle and put the lamp on your face and blah blah fuckity blah. And I'm just like, you can't film today. You can't do it. You look like a dumbass. And pardon my language. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, but it's intense. It's intense. Yeah, when I saw my subscriber count, I think it was like 8 or 6 more people, I was just like, you know what? I don't care if there's less than 40 of us. Here we are, and I'm happy to have every one of you, and I'm happy if I can be of any help to anybody. Just being honest about my mental state, because I feel like a lot of people need to hear that, being an advocate for mental health is also showing people what the condition you have can actually do to a person. That's part of it, is like being honest and not being afraid and not, feeling as though you'll be judged harshly, and know that the right people will come into your life at the right time for the right reasons. And Like, those are the things I keep trying to cycle through my head rather than the negative BS that's going on telling me, oh, well, you're a piece of crap and all the followers you have, all the likes you have, all that is all out of pity and nobody wants you and you're a bad person and it's just endless. It's endless. It's part of PTSD of being with a narcissist too. I mean, honestly, like, I've been thinking about that a lot as well. I did manage to draw a picture today that I'm going to put as my new profile picture for my On Lovely pages. So I am happy about that. It is seeming to turn out well, so we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm excited for the big reveal. I have been practicing Japanese every day. I downloaded an app for free called Hello Talk, and I've been connecting with people who are native speakers of Japanese who are trying to learn better English. And although I'm embarrassed to death to speak, I also was invited to a Clubhouse group, which is another free app where you can interact with people all over the world for different reasons, whatever. And I'm just trying to get over that fear as well, like actually speaking out loud. Because, you know, Japanese is hard. It's hard, but it's so worth it to learn because it's something I'm really passionate about. So I've been trying to pour myself into that as well. And I was thinking about making a few, shorts about simple phrases and stuff like that, just so I can speak it out loud and put it out there and put it on the internet. The great thing about Hello Talk is that you can get people to correct you so you speak more naturally and correctly. And I've been, trying to help people with their English. Neeby, could you not scratch the wall? Thank you. Cats. Anyway. So yeah. I guess my biggest problem is feeling like I want to be the exception. I want to be the example. I want to be the success story. And I'm just not. I'm not. And I was always that kid that was pushed in school. I was the gifted kid. I was the talented kid. I was the kid that they wanted to skip up 2 grades. I was the kid that had, a 4.1 GPA at certain points in high school and college. Like, I was the kid that got pounded into this box by everybody around me without them even realizing, like, yeah, you can press a lump of coal extremely hard, and under a lot of heat and pressure it turns into a diamond. But if it's just too intense, you'll shatter the gem you were trying to create. And I think that's where my life has ended up. I've just gravitated towards dark shit, towards negative stuff, towards, people that I have wanted to give a chance when I felt like they had nobody else. I've always been that person that has gravitated towards broken people, towards darkness, because it's more comfortable, it's more familiar to me. I've had depression and manic depression symptoms since I was 7. They just don't really diagnose it in kids. So yeah, I mean, that's just normal to me. It's comforting. It's familiar. But at the same time, recently, I haven't been listening to the bands that I used to love. I haven't been listening to, reading the same things or watching the same things that I used to, because I know that at this point in my life, it's a toxic thing. I love Pantera. I always will, for example. But sometimes their songs just have no hope. They're all darkness. They're all bleak, And for me, I'm just like, okay, well, if there's no hope in the end, if there's no resolution, if there's no thing to offer somebody that, besides, oh, I feel the same way. It's like, okay, then what do we do with it? And that's kind of another reason I wanted to make this confession video, I guess, exposing myself, is that I've realized that I've internalized a lot of toxic traits from people around me and from also being very stubborn in my own beliefs. And for that reason too, the ick got into my head, me thinking, oh, well, I can't be around anybody until I figure this out. It's like how you're supposed to figure it out alone. You need feedback. You know, I was talking to my youngest brother today. And oh my god, yesterday was so hilarious. I wish I had recorded the conversation. We roasted the shit out of each other. It was fucking hilarious. Oh, I laughed so hard it hurt. He told me just like a 14-year-old boy. I was just like, I mean, okay. Whatever. But yeah, no, it was just hilarious. But yeah, no, I was talking to him again today, and we talked about some stuff, and just got me thinking. I had a pretty rough night yesterday, and I was just thinking too much, braining myself to death. Yeah, I guess the moral of what I'm trying to say is if there's anybody else feeling like, oh, well, I'd like to help people, or I'd like to do this, or I'd like to draw or paint or make a song or post something online that's motivational or inspirational, but you have to be, you know, the exception, the perfection, the success, the example of rising above the darkness. Like, no, part of it is showing the journey. You know, part of it is being honest. Like, I'm weak as fuck right now. I'll admit it. Every one of my friends and stuff like that, they're like, "Oh, you're strong," and this and that, and it's just like, no, no. I would like to be coddled at this point in time. Call me a little, call me weak, call me pathetic. I don't care. I would either like to be just left alone for a little while, or seriously be coddled. And I'm just being honest. Like, I hate to be that person to the people in my, personal life and stuff, but I'm not well. I lost Weechi in December and I miss him, and I've been trying to ignore it every day. And I guess I'm not happy because next month I will be 28, and I feel like that pressure is on, especially like my age group. Our parents are Generation X, and I'm a millennial. And I feel like a lot of the times our parents try to push us to be like the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be, so we'll be successful. But every generation of parents is preparing you a generation behind. They're preparing you for a life that doesn't exist anymore. For example, like when my mom was a kid, she didn't have smartphones, she didn't have social media. That wasn't a thing. So they've prepared us for a generation and a cost of living and job placement and all that stuff that doesn't work anymore. And that's not their fault. That's just the nature of the beast. And so, I mean, my mom did a pretty good job. It's just, it's not her fault that she couldn't prepare us for what life was actually going to be like in 2022, for example, or when I turned 18 even. God, my high school reunion is this summer. That's effing terrifying. So yeah, that existential crisis of, oh my God, I'm going to be 28 years old. I haven't published my book. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. I haven't just did, you quit college. You're this and that. Like, yeah, I had to. I couldn't work anymore. I couldn't go to school anymore. And that's a whole thing. And it's just, you have to mourn the loss of different versions of yourself at different points in time. And that's an unfortunate reality that I don't like to face. But you know what? We are here. We're not dead yet. There's time. There's always things to be done. Accepting that life is suffering and living in a way that takes that suffering in stride and just, chaotic neutral. That's what life is, I mean, unfortunately, life is suffering, and dealing with it, in a way that is beneficial to yourself and to those around you by any means that you can is all you can do. And you know what? I'm here for all of you. Like, if you guys have a video suggestion, drop it in the comments. Sorry for being so ranty and mumbly. It's been a minute since I made an actual video. I hope you've been enjoying the shorts with the cats. Tux is a little demon, jumping on my back and stuff, and they really helped me with mourning the loss of their big brother. But yeah, let me know. And yeah, just be kind to yourself, to each other. Be kind in the comments. Do something today that's going to fill your heart with joy, if even for a millisecond. And I love you all, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for listening.